Selamat kembali ke rancangan di Common Folks Podcast di Spotify dan juga di YouTube ya. So kalau korang yang tengah tengok kita kat YouTube, jangan lupa subscribe ya.
Free, picit je button tu kan.
Subscribe, like lah video-video yang ada tu.
Betul. Share dengan family, share dengan kawan-kawan, share dengan Amar apa nak saudara nak tanya harga mat.
Ya, jadi kita podcast yang ada interview sikit hari pasal kumantong
Kumantong.
Kumantong. So pada hari ni pun aku tak nak buang masa, kita nak interview special guest.
Special guest seorang
yang berjaya.
Yang berjaya.
Melayu berjaya.
Alhamdulillah.
Ada experience dengan kumantong juga. Tak, saya gurau-gurau ya.
Jauh kan.
So kita bersama dengan Encik Suhaimi Yusof.
Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya tak ada masalah dengan kumantong, saya ada masalah dengan tong.
Welcome.
Chicken padan situ. Ya, terima kasih. Welcome. The Common Folks, ya. So Common Folks Ya, ni dulu ada satu lagu tahun 80-an tak silap.
Silakan, lagu apa tu?
Lagu
There's a living in the love of the common people, far from the heart of the family man. That is gonna buy you a dream to cling to. Mama's gonna buy you as much as you can.
Kira aku dah main bass tau.
And she can. Love of the Common People by Paul Young.
So the lagu dia Common People lah.
Yeah. We've been living in the love of the common people. So very nice. I think waktu tu lagu tu keluar, maybe you were dekat dalam planning stage.
Masih planning.
Tak tahu
masih berenang
nak buang ke tidak.
Saya masih tengah backstroke agaknya.
Backstroke. But congratulations, you did it. Yeah, all three of you did it.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, you were amongst the fastest cell that travel to the egg.
Yes.
Dah buat sign. Kan dah buat sign.
The fast one and the smartest one.
Tapi aku pun besar hati. Betul. Aku really happy tu dapat jumpa Encik Abang Suhaimi. Panggil abang boleh ke?
Atuk pun boleh lah. Sekejap abang, sekejap cik.
Confused lah.
Ya, betul.
Aku biasa dengan abang je. Panggil abang je.
Panggil yang amat berhormat, yang paling disayangi pun boleh.
Mana yang selesa lah.
Selesa panggil. Oi pun okey, bro pun okey. Tapi kalau orang biasanya kalau tak tahu nak panggil, usually dan jumpa je dia kata, "Hey, Dwayne Johnson." I don't mind lah. Saya tak kisahlah.
Ni kira baru balik habis acting Black Adam ni.
Patut pakai baju hitam. Black Adam.
Tapi Singapore version Black Adam Road. Okay, sorry. It's a show.
It's okay. How's life for you, bang?
Okay, Alhamdulillah. I think ups and downs. Kita ada roller coaster ride. Tapi yang penting sekali kita need to enjoy life. Need to understand what is the meaning of life. Cakap orang putih boleh tak? Boleh. Saya duduk kat England dah berapa tahun balik.
Saya baru patah balik dari Zimbabwe ni, bang.
Ya ke? That's why to me I'm back in Singapore because no point lah. Orang cakap long live the Queen. So then
sampai Queen pun dah mati. Sorry to say this.
So I come back. I come back to Queensway lah. So
Queensway ada ni tau, chicken curry rice tau bang.
Chicken curry.
Tapi tak halal lah.
Tak halal.
Jangan makan abang.
Ya, betul. Sikap positif dan I think it's not about seeing the best things in life. Or it's not about having everything perfect, tapi it's about looking the perfect view of life.
Dahsyat ni deep.
Kau cermin mata lah. Lepas tu you can see different view. You can't change the world, you change your view.
Itu sebab saya dah cakap dengan Aidil, buka cermin mata. Kau tak sama view je nampak.
Kau tengok petang aja, apa cermin mata macam ni kau pakai pula? Pakai yang gelap sikit lah.
Pasal tukar colour. Jadi nampak lain colour.
Oh ya ke? Okay.
Nampak?
Macam sakit mata pula. Tak apa. Boleh. Sorry. That's the first question. Ini macam tak kerja punya question pula. How's life?
Yalah, pasal kita biasanya nampak Abang Suhaimi dekat TV ni semua, you ada banyak keluar kat dalam TV kan. So as of now nak tanya macam what do you do macam sekarang ni?
What do I do dulu keluar TV. Sekarang keluar daripada keluar TV tu, saya tetap keluar TV lah. Tak dalam TV.
Betul.
I think because times change. So dulu kalau kita tengok TV tu was the YouTube of that day. TV, radio, that was the first platform. Tapi after a while nanti kita tengok sekarang ni platform dah berbeza. So kalau dulu kita nak masuk dalam bidang seni ni, itu antara platform yang kita perlu qualify ataupun perlu adakan bakat, cara nak kena dapatkan panduan, and then you kena fight lah. So dalam tu ada pertandingan macam-macam kan. Kalau tak bukan pertandingan, peluang-peluang. Seperti macam dulu saya banyak peluang secara tak langsung tu masuk radio dulu.
Okay.
Masuk radio.
Mulanya dengan radio dia bang.
Radio. So saya bersama dengan Warna 94.2 FM.
Nampak suara pun dah berubah tau ni.
Berwasa radio. Terus jadi DJ radio.
Radio. Dan saya dikenali sebagai DJ nakal dulu.
DJ nakal
Waktu umur 16 tahun 17 tahun dah masuk radio dah.
16 tahun.
16 tahun selepas 5 tahun finish my NS, then after that kira masuk radio tu orang selalu intern dalam 6 bulan. Saya internship 6 tahun.
Kenapa?
Tiap-tiap minggu waktu zaman sekolah tu, tiap-tiap minggu nanti kita akan buat majalah remaja. Rancangan majalah remaja tu diterbitkan oleh Zaki Halim. Zaki Halim ni dia pula waktu tu dia buat rancangan bahas sekolah-sekolah. Daripada bahas sekolah-sekolah itulah dipetik antara kita ni 4 orang. Saya Suhaimi Muhammad, satu lagi Cikgu Siti Rahimah Buang, dan satu lagi Rabah Asman. Jadi cuma 2 kita je yang, saya dan Suhaimi je yang masuk dalam bidang media. Yang Rahimah dia teruskan dengan perguruan, dia jadi cikgu. Rabah dia cari lelaki, lepas tu duduk dia kat rumah. That's the best job actually. Dia paling pandai dia lah Rabah ni.
Tapi memang abang nak masuk, memang nak jadi DJ radio kan macam mana?
Tak, secara saya ni hidup banyak full of accident lah. By accident. Okay, so sebenarnya saya mulakan, kalau cakap pun orang tak percaya saya pemalu sebenarnya orang ni.
Serius bang?
Sama lah.
Tak percaya je.
Ya, betul.
Sama je.
Betul lah, dia pun sama, dia pemalu. Sebab tu saya selalu nasihatkan dia, kalau takut buang ketakutan, kalau malu buang apa?
Nampak.
Paksalah.
Buang. Jadi waktu tu time sekolah saya dipanggil, entah macam mana ada member ni suruh panggil, dia orang nak interview temu ramah dan satu rancangan dipanggil Bingkisan Pelajar. Saya pun tak tahulah, saya pergi sana je. Saya duduk, lepas tu waktu tu yang temu ramah kita Malik Zainal, Zaki Halim, lepas tu dah habis.
Okay.
Lepas tu kali kedua ialah waktu bahas sekolah, dan Zaki Halim dia waktu tu nak mulakan satu rancangan remaja yang akan disampaikan oleh remaja. So kira the millennials of yesterday.
Yalah, of course lah.
Itu tahun 76 ya?
Tahun 76 aku baru darjah 1 lah.
19. Maafkan saya.
Tu lebih kurang dalam 1986. 1986. Waktu tu sekolah Sek 3, Sek 4.
Saya baru 3 tahun je.
Itulah dia. Baru 3 tahun tengah membesarkan apa.
Betul.
Simpan pepok, simpan barang kat ujung, melalak aja, betul orang semua buat kerja.
Saya ikut melalak.
Betul. Jadi waktu tu dan kita dipanggil audition. Kita pun tak tahu, bukan audition lah, kira 4 kita ni dah dipanggil. Lepas tu dia test. Lepas tu why? Sebab suara awak ada suara radio, kata. Saya pun tak tahu suara radio budak-budak.
Okay, contoh suara radio.
Contoh kalau kita sedang mendengar lagu, okay, selamat sejahtera kita ucapkan kepada semua yang sedang mendengar Warna 94.2 FM. Dan kalau kita ingin menyampaikan kepada sesiapa yang sedang mendengar ketika ini, harap-harap anda sentiasa dalam keadaan sihat walafiat, dan selamat kita bersama dengan Common Folks FM.
Ada orang call. Hello. Cik Suhaimi saya ni Manap pula Manip nama saya.
Manap ke Manip ke Manip?
Manap pakcik saya.
Bila ada orang kat telefon kadang-kadang dulu kan, dia nak tunjukkan lagu, antara benda-benda yang kelakar yang kita selalu dengar tapi mungkin orang yang cakap tu tak perasan. Dia kata, okey silakan Cik Minah nak tunjukkan lagu pada siapa? Saya nak tunjukkan lagu ni kepada anak saya kat sebelah bilik yang sedang tidur. Budak tu tengah tidur, kau buat apa nak tunjukkan lagu?
Tak pun lelaki macam saya yang kat sebelah saya ni.
Betul. Tapi kenapa abang rasa diorang selalu kasih macam this type of thing?
Dia tak tahu cakap, jangan cakap lah. Dia tak tahu apa lagi nak cakap. Mungkin nak kerja dia. Pasal anak dia tunggu lama kan, tertidur. Sebab dulu orang belum lumba 6911-942 nombor telefon.
Masih ingat
Saya ingat lagi. Apa ke tidak, 15 tahun kat dalam otak. Jadi daripada situ selepas NS tu saya kata macam nak sambung belajar ataupun nak sambung pekerjaan. Okay, terus terang lah kenapa saya minat radio waktu tu. Saya tengah tengok mikrofon. Ini honestly.
Okay. Kalau honest kena lagu seram sikit.
Betul.
Lagu seram. Kasih lagu
tak seram sangat lah ni. Actually, angan-angan saya bukan sebagai seorang jureba. Sebenarnya saya fascinated daripada kecil-kecil. Saya peminat Star Wars sebenarnya.
Star Wars.
Jadi bila dekat mikrofon tu, I am your father. Terus saya cakap, boleh sama macam Darth Vader sih. Itu yang buat saya macam minat. And then actually when saya baru-baru masuk radio tu, all along I was thinking about Star Wars. All this equipment was just fantasy to me.
Pasal masih muda apa?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So that was by 1976 was Star Wars baru keluar. So I was fascinated pada waktu tu. Tengok. Saya tengok, wow, ini movie dia ahead of its time.
Yes.
Dia ada lightsaber. Saya pun balik rumah. Lepas tu saya pun ambil lah lampu fluorescent tu, pecah dua. Dapat rasa dia punya force of my father on my face. Lempang
merah bang.
Merah.
Habis
lempang. Kau pecahkan lampu buat apa? Tak wayang ada apa filem tu budak-budak lagi kan.
Ya betul.
Lepas tu robot boleh bercakap macam orang kan. Lepas tu R2D2. Wah best lah. Tong sampah pun boleh berbual lah.
Tapi aku percaya. Aku percaya sih. Whereby kalau kau tengok satu cerita yang kau minat, kau orang terbawa-bawa balik sampai ke rumah. Betul abang
terbawa balik sampai masuk dalam kerja. So sepanjang warna tu sebenarnya I was mostly imagining Star Wars. So I was having fun. I wasn't even working. And then bila kita tengok panel, dulu panel, lepas tu especially dekat TV punya side, dapat satu pas kita boleh merayap ke TV side kan. So nampak macam fader tu semua. So it's like, Chewie, it's time for us to bring this Millennium Falcon. Berangan Millennium Falcon.
Kira it's like something new for you lah kan.
It's a fantasy, childhood fantasy. Tapi orang saya tak ceritakan siapa lah. Pada waktu tu saya teruskan. Jadi the work became fun to me. It's not even work anymore. So saya bukan kepo lah nak try ni. So I try all kinds of equipments waktu tu. That kept me dalam radio
for 15 years
Yeah.
Lama
lah.
So macam ni lah, best kan, boleh berbual macam-macam suara.
Hey, it's time now to say goodbye.
Report around you. So it's like,
Prime, you fight for the weak and you will die with the weak.
Macam-macam suara.
Macam-macam suara. Kecuali suara saya sendiri. So I do a lot of voiceover. So I play along. So this microphone became my toy. So to me it's a toy. It's not even equipment. So I don't feel the pain of work.
Hard toy ke soft toy bang?
Soft and hard.
That's more like it lah.
So I think that's why you get passionate. So passionate when you kawinkan kerja dengan passion. So to me it also opens up to a lot of creativity. So I can be anything I want. I can tapi orang kalau fikirkan saya kena buat program and all that. No, I think to me it's like meeting every day. I get to interview people. I can become a different person every day. So saya berbual dengan doktor, saya jadi doktor. So you have to learn certain things kan. You have to read a lot. So bila dalam radio tu kita kena baca banyak. So membaca tu adalah satu benda yang if you ask me what is the key factor of knowledge of good presenter, read. So I have banyak buku. I don't borrow. I buy books every day, every month. At least 3 buku dan saya baca. Saya baca dan saya simpan store buku.
Adakah abangnya hobi ni kira pergi library baca buku?
Bukan library. I went to dulu ada some bookstore like MPH, even bahasa buku yang budak-budak pun sebenarnya beli.
I see.
So I just like read everything from science to religion to politics to anything. So I like more factual punya buku lah.
I see.
Because bila you broadcast tu, you have a lot of information in your head. So you can ask anything, you can talk to anybody, you can talk about lawyer,
you're right,
allegorically speaking, those kind of words where you talk to a lawyer, then you talk to a mental health person, and then you say like, well, in that case, you may belong to the category of terminological inexactitude. So this is like bombastic words you pakai kan, but it actually means terminological inexactitude means just crazy. Yang panggil kau gila, you are absolutely terminologically inexactitude. Kan bunyi dia style sikit.
Dia tekan proses lah.
Dia punya word tu kira boleh
lidah terbelit lah, lidah terbelit.
Boleh dapatkan mouth disease lah.
Yeah, so, and you have fun lah. You have fun because you're doing podcast now, right? So you go into the world of podcast, you know. Selain daripada tengok ni sebagai satu kerja, you look at it as a therapeutic thing.
Exactly.
And then you enjoy it and you enjoy conversation. And exactly right now, bila you interview, we also learn that being an interviewer is actually balancing act. So you listen more.
Betul.
Jadi interview you listen more. You pick up keywords.
So tapi tadi yang abang punya keyword saya tak boleh tangkap. Laju sangat bang.
Laju sangat.
Baca boleh. Tak boleh saya.
Terminological inexactitude.
Saya dengar
terminal.
Attitude. Ujung dia je dengar.
And then I think the second year when I full time masuk radio tu, tahun kedua saya diberikan peluang untuk rancangan TV lah. So then siang hari saya buat chat show pagi, hari-hari selama 8 tahun. 8 years. And then after that, malams I become the host for rancangan hiburan, termasuk hiburan minggu ini live, every Tuesday 8.30 malam live. Back then kita belum ada Suria, tapi kita Channel 5 pukul 8.30 malam. And then of course even over the weekend I don't go home. So I used to work from, because so passionate. Waktu tu belum kahwin, selepas kahwin pun I usually will work between, my working hours is 5:30 AM already kat studio.
Serius?
Saya semain subuh kat
sana,
dekat Konti lah.
Yalah.
And then I will continue 10 o'clock I finish my job. Then 10 to 11 tu rest kejap, pukul 11 sampai petang pukul 5. Usually I go for meeting, because selain daripada DJ I became the assistant program director, which a lot of people don't know that part. Then after that I only have time for my work dan malam show. So I usually go back about pukul 12, pukul 1. Then the next morning
Lepas tu 5:30 dekat studio lagi.
Dah jadi rutin lah. Timing dah rosak.
For 8 years.
Yeah.
Oi, then how's your body, like your health and everything?
Badan makin cantik.
Itu pasti.
Betul. Selalu tengok cermin sendiri kan. Takkan nak post. Dulu mana ada. Dulu mana ada TikTok.
Betul.
Tidak dah letak six pack, orang semua tak nampak. Dah jadi full pack baru orang tengok.
Tapi macam dulu you say you are kira pemalu kan, tapi bila macam nak host TV ni semua macam mana?
The trick is macam Adil pakai kacamata gini kan. Okay, dulu kalau kita pergi kat depan pentas tu dan kita tengok ramai orang, usually kita conscious inside our mind, our enemies ourselves. Kita conscious yang how do I look? Okay,
you're right.
So you going to let people judge you, right? And then after that, bila kita bawa jalan tengah bercakap tu semua, mata kita ni terpandang muka makcik ni, muka kita buat kelakar pun muka dia macam muram
muka
but we don't know. Mungkin agaknya dia gaduh dengan kucing dia ke apa. Tapi kita ingatkan macam what do I say? So waktu I buat rancangan hiburan minggu ini, itu live. So usually bila ada crowd macam gitu kan, so I wear specs, right? So what I do is
shades lah kira
tak, the spec ada degree.
Okay.
So what I do is I take off my spec. Now I cannot see your face. Your face blurred. Which means I don't even care. This is my show and it's going to be mine. That's it. So you tak conscious anymore. So you have to be very very high confident lah. Because kadang-kadang kalau letak gini, macam saya perhatikan kan, macam wajah
very clear.
Kulit lain-lain kan, macam
yang menarik lah.
Macam menarik. Ada yang
kebanyakan
menarik.
tengok kat aku tau. Kira aku yang problem ni. Lain macam ni.
So to have confidence is as long as you tak buat benda yang menyakitkan hati orang, you tak buat perkara yang menghina orang, so keyakinan diri tu ada. So you don't have to worry. And then don't think that people will judge you. People don't PC tengok muka you. Jadi kita tahu kita tak handsome, tapi nak kena cute lah. Ambil falsafah Piramli lah. Handsome tak ada, tapi manis. So that slowly build you up. And then after that, bila kita dah bercakap, kita lagi yakin, confident, then that vibes tu dengan penonton, you form a relationship. So after several times you do it, that's it.
Several times.
Several times, 1 or 2 times. Tak banyak ini. So peramal lah. Macam kalau you malu sikit atau conscious, banyak orang keluar TV ingatkan muka dia macam handsome. So the show is not about you. The show is not about you.
Okay.
The show is about the show. So you are part of the ingredient. Kan? You gula, tapi gula tu sebahagian daripada cake. Subjek dia cake, bukan kata tidak tepung kata dia, gula kata dia punya. So you know what I mean? Dari segi falsafah tu maknanya don't worry, because people make mistake. So when you make mistake, you buat kelakar sikit. That kelakar tu, humor tu is very powerful. Use at the right place. Kelakar tu dia jadi macam tukang eraser untuk mistake, and people are more forgiving.
I see.
You just laugh over it. Sebab kita tinggal Singapore kan, tension kan.
Betul lah.
To be perfect and all that. No, you just have to people make mistake. Kalau even machine make mistake. So we learn from mistake. So that's something that we have to, kita punya mindset nak kena betulkan lah. Don't bother so much. Unless you make very very grave mistake, very yang langgar principle and all that. But as long as you make people happy and you're quite okay, our job is that. basically kan.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And you
Tapi
have to
kalau
enjoy
macam
life.
saya ni bang, kalau ada stage fright ni macam mana bang?
Stage fright makan Panadol dalam 50 biji lah. 50 biji, lepas tu duduk diam-diam, bila dah tak berbuih gitu, okay lah. Everybody has a stage fright. Fright tu bukan takut apa tau, it's actually you're excited. You're very excited whether you're going to do well or not. So those questions just erase. Macam the more you think about it, the more you become hesitant. That hesitant is your enemy.
Okay, now you
saya sampai sekarang pun ada stage fright, but
sampai sekarang
so you behind because this is excitement. You nak keluar tu whether will I be like making a fool of myself, will I connect with people, but these are future problem. Dia belum berlaku. So lama-lama you overcome it and say what's the worst thing that can happen to you bila you ada stage fright, you keluar, what's the most the worst thing that can happen. Adakah orang bila keluar salah cakap makcik kat depan tu meninggal? Tak ada kan? So it doesn't happen. So that is futuristic worry. You have to erase completely.
Overthinking.
You see, you go through 3 stages. Anything you do in life ada 3 stages perkara yang baru kan. Satu is the fear. So you have to overcome the fear. Whether you fear ke tak fear, you have to go through. Bila dah fear dah lalu, then you begin to learn how to balance things. Mana dah faham. So after fear comes the understanding. After the understanding come the confidence. So in order to get confidence ni, you kena go through these 2 stages. Fear and then understand it, baru you become balance. You naik basikal baru-baru. I think siapa yang tak fright nak pedal basikal dua tayar,
takut jatuh lagi.
So despite the fear, you still continue. Waktu kahwin, waktu nak nikah. Tapi takut juga, tapi kahwin juga kan.
Betul.
That's it. Gini kalau aku tahu aku
Sampai
dulu,
demam tak nak kahwin.
tak. Lepas tu bila dah kahwin everything okay kan. Then baru berkata pada diri sendiri, kalau aku tahu lepas sunat aku kahwin dulu. So the best is the people who become the best is despite the fear you do it. You still do it. Tapi kalau you feel you don't want, you back off, that's it, you're never gonna get the other two. The kunci tu dia pecah, dia jadi the next level. So yakin. Then before that is faham, because you will never understand if you don't overcome the fear. Fear is nothing. Fear is the first key.
But that's a good example Abang Suhaimi cakap pasal kahwin tu. Contoh yang paling baik lagi tadi yang dia cakap lah.
Betul lah.
Semua orang kira boleh relate lah.
Boleh relate lah yang dah kahwin.
Kahwin semua boleh relate. Mana? Okay, sekarang kita dah kahwin semua Alhamdulillah. Sekarang dia ada fear ni overcome, pasal kahwin juga, kahwin dua. Kita cuba. Ini fear juga, tapi kita cuba macam. Sebab kita try. Kita tengok macam mana. Tengok confident tak nanti kan? Confident tu akan datang. Yakin lepas tu.
Aku ya.
Still fear lah.
Saya tak nak.
Okay, that part is not stage fright lah.
Itu memang cari naas lah.
Wife fright lah. Wife yang frightened.
Okay bang, kita balik kepada topik abang tadi.
Okay.
So you cakap you dapat banyak opportunities kat dalam bila dah kerja sebagai DJ radio kan. Then bila you dah ada banyak keluar dekat program-program kat Channel 5 yang you mention just now ni semua.
Channel 5, okay.
So when do you actually start untuk jadi comedian instead?
Actually never plan also. Tak plan. So I became a funny host, became a funny DJ. So to me it's like DJ dia bukan setakat announcer. Kalau dulu sebelum zaman saya, zaman Nurdin Kasim dulu, Ibrahim Jamil tu zaman dulu. They are known as announcer. Announcer tukang announce je lah. Sebab tu dia bunyi dia, kalau dulu main lagu, bayangkan Muhammad Asyik, arwahnya dulu Nurdin Kasim, this is how they do it lah.
Okay.
So let's say lagu Syarifah ini, Syarifah ini dah habis, deng kudaku lari kencang, lepas tu 1 second pause, dia bikin tadi sebuah lagu daripada Syarifah ini, sekarang terimalah sebuah lagu daripada M. Daud Kilau. Saya cakap baru masuk tu, saya tengok diorang buat macam tu, sebab aku rasa tak lama aku kat sini. Apa ni?
Tapi kerja yang senang tu.
Yalah, memang senang lah.
Itu announcer. So saya masuk, saya kena rebel sikit lah. Saya kena rebel sikit. So what I do is, apa saya cakap macam tu kan, so I have to read about Syarifah ini. So when I read about Syarifah ini, I can talk more.
Betul.
Then I don't have to depend on a script.
Okay, Syarifah ini orangnya suka makan mi goreng ke tuan-tuan dan puan-puan.
Tapi fakta dia lebih okay. Kalau saya cakap, dibikin tadi sebuah lagu daripada Syarifah ini, dan tahukah anda bahawa Syarifah ini menjadi superstar kerana memenangi bintang radio di Singapura. Did you know that? Did you know that she actually started a career from Singapore?
No.
Yeah. Bintang Radio 2, Syarifah ini pemenangnya.
I see.
Dan di situ waktu tu dia punya pengadil ialah Muhammad Asyik. Daripada situ dia punya career pick up terus pergi Malaysia.
I see. Okay.
Ten. man.
But because during that point of time, dia tak ada Google loh bang. So this type of information apa yang Abang Suhaimi cakap is very important and not important. It's very informative towards the listeners.
Correct.
Absolutely, because nobody gets that, and then nobody really dapat source of reading.
Betul.
So this one baca buku, I baca magazine, so I do research.
Wow.
So bila nak jadi DJ, then I notice yang lain-lain DJ pun I won't know. Now sekarang pun bila buka radio, I know siapa pemalas, siapa tidak. Because when you walk into Conti, you got to read, you got to upgrade yourself because you are the box of information.
Okay, siapa yang malas?
Betul.
Tak boleh bilang.
Tahu.
Ada dah berhenti pun. Ada yang diberhentikan.
Tapi senang kata kau nak buat homework kan, betul-betul lah.
Yeah, because it's fun, you see. You need to see reading to as information tau. And then when you have information, today is information technology.
Yeah.
So you will know that because of that, bila dah masuk social media ni,
Yes.
yes. And when did it start? Not during social media. Why information become so important? Information became monetized when you start to see talk show, news, channel news. That's where information, whoever hold information became rich, became powerful. That's why you have BBC, CNN all over the world.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because it's no longer just entertainment. Kemudian nobody expect that BBC, CNN will be worldwide. World Fox News, Channel News Asia. These are just information channel. So that is basically if you start by as an individual. So imagine you have lots of information. You're a very resourceful person. And information is a very accurate information. So in order to do that, you need to jangan dengar rumors, tapi you need to do research, and nobody can lie to you. And then when you sampaikan, your credential increase.
Yes.
Yeah. And for example, let's say if I tell you that antara information let's say di Singapore, okay, before time began. Yeah. I give you a shocker. You want to Google now? You want to Google now?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
We go spontan about it.
Okay. So kalau let's say, for example, if I ask you, who's the first chief minister of Singapore? Is it
M. Nasir.
Nasi.
There you go. Bagus.
Wait.
Macam ni kat TikTok banyak ni. So sebelum kita ada presiden, kita ada
Prime Minister.
Chief Minister, and then after that you have President lah, baru sebuah negara kan. So we have two Chief Minister. If you remember back, one is David Marshall.
Yes,
that's
correct.
the second one. The first one was?
That's the first one.
No,
David
that's
Marshall.
the second one. The first one was, if you type Lim Yu Hock.
Lim Yu Hock.
Okay, Lim Yu Hock.
Lim
right?
Yu Hock was they're together.
Okay, cuba type Lim Yu Hock.
Lim Yu Hock.
Cuba nama dia.
Lim Yu Hock yang tinggal Tamjur kat mana?
Tu Lim Yu Beng.
Yeah. So when you see this kind of information, I tell you, it's mind-boggling. Okay.
Lim Yu Hock.
Lim Yu Hock. Okay.
Okay.
Can you take a look? Nama dia betul-betul.
Lim Yu Hock.
Lim Yu Hock. Correct.
Was he a Muslim or non-Muslim? Can you type Omar Lim Yu Hock?
Lain macam ni.
Macam ni.
Yeah.
Born in 1956 ni.
Yeah.
Tahun 56 kan.
So imagine,
Omar Lim.
even if you have Google now, it's abundance of information, but
Oh,
still
yeah.
don't know, right?
Betul,
And
betul.
his name is?
Haji Omar Lim Yu Hock.
Boom! Your first chief minister was a Muslim. Ta-da! Welcome to the world.
Kita tadi kau Google Lim Yu Hock, dia tak keluar Adil.
Dia keluar. Tapi
Tak, dia keluar information yang lain.
So this is what
information
I mean
lain.
by when you have information, you know what the world is all about. Jadi you punya decision, your analysis is accurate.
I see,
Then
okay.
you can actually do a proper career path. You
Yeah.
can create because you have very powerful, accurate information.
dahsyat.
So today now have gone into information era, and today zaman ni bukan information era anymore. Zaman ni ialah access information. Maknanya buffet spread. There's so much information that actually people become disinformed.
I see. Yeah. Too much information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the career when I started as a radio. I speak to thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that information tu tepat.
Yes.
Because somebody punya hidup akan terlibat, you see. So I might cause hurt or injury to the person. Somebody might, if you watch this movie called Fisher King. The Fisher King ni, Robin Williams. So it's about Jeff Bridges was a very well actor. So if you can Google, you can watch on Netflix ke mana. The Fisher King ni cerita seorang DJ who sembarang je dia cakap bedal je. Lepas tu ada somebody call up and say, the under stress, what should you do? He said, no, just go around and just shoot a couple of people and release your tension. And the fella did. So dalam movie tu when I was watching that, so I said I'm a radio DJ. So this is a very powerful movie for me. So what you say, so eventually somebody actually inilah
akan ikut sih
and do the gun shooting during the movie tu. I mean the cerita lah. Then happened so that one of the victim was this guru, dia mati, and then that happens to be the wife of Robin Williams, so-called in the movie. And then because of that he went to depression, he became a rough sleeper, the tidur kat tepi jalan. So your words actually affect somebody's life.
Correct.
That is called accountability. So bila kita buat podcast, buat apa, we have to factor in that we are accountable for somebody's life.
You're right.
Sebab social media ni orang ingatkan tak ada rules, tak ada law. No, there is. Because the rules now is up to you. You have to be accountable. You are the one that shape people's life. You are the one that influence. So kita kena influence positif lah. There's so many negativity. Orang sembarang masuk dalam toilet pun just because those jackass punya joke.
Just for the content.
It's like you are promoting stupidity and you will do anything, and that reflects your life.
But bukankah itu zaman sekarang demi orang akan just for the sake of the content, they just want to get traction.
Absolutely.
They just do whatever they want.
You can be popular for two reasons lah. One popular for the goodwill, the other one popular for stupidity.
Yes.
Orang yang masuk dalam prison pun popular juga.
Okay.
So you want to be popular because you did something stupid and went to prison, or you want to do something that is being liked by the masyarakat. You add value to the community, or you take away and make it worse, and some other kids will be following what you did.
Understood.
So kita ada, with great powers come great responsibility.
I'm Spider-Man.
Suara terus kita.
Ini podcast kan, lah jadi ceramah lah pula.
Tapi sekali-sekala when we get some information about this, sebab kita pun have zero knowledge about apa ni radio and etc. But
it's
But you mentioned about radio. Back then during your time, information was expensive. But as of today, our generation kan, information is everywhere. Do you think radio still main relevant tak lagi dalam
I think basically
sekarang?
dia macam kereta api. Dulu kereta api pakai cakul, and then kereta api will take you from one thing to another, one place to another. Hari ni kita ada MRT, bullet train. So the thing, you see, the kehidupan tu tak berubah. The machinery, the format, the platform bertukar. But the human part never change. It's still the same. Because dulu imagine like 100 years ago, kita tak ada kereta, kita tak ada basikal, tak ada motorbike. But people live. But they still use kuda lah. Kuda, lembu. And then after that when kereta, basikal come in, can you imagine kecil hati lembu, kerbau kata, yalah muka tak handsome, aku belah tengah macam gini, kau pakai sejak ada basikal. So this one you cannot change. And I will give you information again. Ni tekan butang je information. So Calvin Kelly is a author of this book, and Calvin Kelly ni dia author of magazines and books, US lah, and he also was called as the consultant to Steven Spielberg punya movie called Minority Report. Because he is a futurist. Dia tengok trend the futurist. So what he said in his book was, usually technology come in order daripada first sampailah dia matured, take 30 years. 30 tahun. Then daripada the second 30 years tu is the fully maximized usage. So total 60 years. So kalau kita tengok radio dan TV, firstly, when did radio came?
Tahun
sekarang ada banyak information, but actually people don't even bother about the information.
Betul je bang.
You actually have to know the information. Now I don't even have to Google, I remember kan. So 1963 was when TV came to Singapore.
19 apa?
63.
Wow.
But 1963 was it came to Singapore. Tapi how it started was radio was back then in 1940s the start. 1958 they start radio. So if you count back from 1950, so 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000. By which year
6 decades
which year did all this internet came about?
2000,
which is actually 1998. 1998 is called the web 2.0. Right? So 1998 masuk jadi 2000 was the new technology. Did you notice? 1950 60, 70, 80, 90.
60 years
That's 60 years. Yeah. So if you ask me, radio dah overdose already. The time is done.
Okay.
It has moved into another platform.
Yeah.
The same goes for TV. TV pun sama juga. If you say they come to Singapore, dia dah come to Singapore tu dia bukan start of the technology, dia dah consumption. So 1960, kita letak 63, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, but actually in the US it started in 1950. So 60 years again. So
dah habis lah kira.
So based on the book, Calvin Kelly says that 30 years tu is for you to fully bloom technology. Another 30 years is fully maximized. So people are get excited about social media. So right now it started in year 2000, then 2010, 2020. You're in the 30 years of this technology. That's why you have podcasts like this. By the time another 30 years is over and done with. That's it. Maybe we talk about hologram. Talk about stuff like that. So technology move. You see, but again, kalau kita bersaing dengan teknologi, kita takkan menang dia. Because it cannot be robots. So the way to the future is actually to become human again. I see. Sympathy. So you have to talk to people that humanity never change. Apa kat radio tu yang relevant dia is to become human again. Awak nak tunjukkan lagu tengah buat apa tu? See, this talking macam orang biasa. Tanya apa khabar, tunjukkan lagu, feel good. So when you transfer to podcast today, then kita pun berbual yang sama kan?
Sama.
So human never change. Technology change. People were excited about technology, but people never see that you still have to be that human again. It's all about friends.
Right.
It's just friends.
Even cakap pasal teknologi nowadays, kita kalau some families pun ada satu table tengah makan sama main handphone, kind of stuff also,
because you're talking to your friends on the phone, which is actually not a friend, because the real friends is right one. There you can see. So you will know that after COVID-19, betapa orang hargai bila jumpa face to face.
Betul.
So because that says that you're a human being again. So being human, you never go out of business. So that's why I think over 32 years of my experience in media broadcast ni, dah 32 tahun
32 years
I'm still around. I'm still talking to people. I'm still connecting with them via visual. So I'm not on TV, I'm on your phone. That's why kalau tak percaya, dah beli belum? Shopee It's the same thing. I'm still around. I just moved to another platform. Hello.
But how you stay relevant? I mean, so sorry to say lah, being in your age and also stay relevant in the media. Of course, social media sekarang kita ada budak Gen Z banyak. Orang how do you stay relevant?
To me, I think there's no category of human beings lah. I don't want to cakap Gen X, Gen Z, I'm just one gentleman. Because the way when you think like that, you are actually fighting sectarian war. You pecah-pecahkan and I'm Gen Z, you're Gen Y. So you become inside your brain, you actually limit yourself already. So to me, it's like it doesn't matter because when I was 25 years old, some of my good friends, they were like 75 years old, 60. Saya suka kawan dengan orang tua-tua. Because the more I talk to the older ones, the more I can see, pick up let's say pakcik selalu hang out kat Masjid Al-Kaf dulu. These have become my best friends. Sebab apa? I like to mix around with them because 1, 2, 3, 4 people ni, I see myself, the future, I see their problems. So before I come to that problem, I already know the model. Diorang cerita diorang ada pengalaman, so they are ahead of me. So I use them as my blueprint. So your brain have to be like 20 years ahead. So if I mix around with somebody who is much younger than me, let's say waktu kita umur 10 tahun, apa kita buat?
Main-main je kat luar.
So imagine you're 20 years old and then you mix around with 10 years old. Otak je nak main-main. Because you're seeing where you came from. You're not seeing the future. Because right now kita nak tengok future kan, but we don't have the future. So kita pakai orang jadi model lah. So in order to stay relevant, so right now when I'm 53, some of my friends dah meninggal. Dah meninggal lah. I mean, when I talk about friends, bukan colleague tau, bukan classmate ke schoolmate. When you hang around with a classmate, schoolmate, you're still trial and error. You're asking the same question. Macam aku tak tahu. But you tell pakcik tu, dia bukan tahu tau. No, kau jangan buat macam gitu. Aku dulu masuk longkang. Jadi you don't have to make that mistake. So in order to stay relevant is to again stay and then balance things up. And I don't sector. I see only a human being. I see only human. As long as human, yang tua dia ada dia punya knowledge, yang muda pun ada knowledge. And then what you do basically today when people do a lot of editing and all that, to me it's the same thing. Last time I used to have this studio machine pakai splicing.
Oh yes, that's
then
pressing. Okay.
halfway through 1990s, it came in a graphic form. So I say, wow, I can see audio in graphics.
Yeah.
And then that time semua yang lain-lain semua tak nak belajar. So that one man operation pin studio tu, I had access 24 hours a day. Sebab yang tu yang DJ tu semua tak nak bergerak, tak nak belajar.
I see.
But to me it's like I have to look at it as a toy. To me technology is a toy.
Yes.
Yeah. So at this age, how to stay relevant is actually I don't even have to think how to stay relevant, because I did things. I do editing with all kinds of software. And then I think some of my kids are learning from me.
Oh, you mean up till today you also still pakai
I
video
still
software?
do my own software. I'm actually fully trained in Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm also Final Cut Pro. So Final Cut Pro 5, 6, 7, Final Cut X semua I pakai.
Wow.
Yeah. At the same time I have Filmic Pro. I do. So to me it's like a toy. So last time I ada machine. Then if you see my handphone, dalam handphone tu semua editing machine.
I see.
Yeah. So I edit. To me like edit is just a lifeline. Tak ada kerja duduk. So to me editing video is therapeutic. So I entertain myself by just editing video.
I can relate to you. I can
So
relate to
bila
you.
I compare to some friends like Kumar, diorang tak buat tu semua. So not many artists do. Kumar, Gemit Singh, some of these artists they don't, because benda leceh malas kan. But to me I don't look at it as leceh malas, but pasal timing dah rosak, malam pukul 2 pagi pun tak tidur, so I buat benda tu, so it become a toy. So I always see things, I'm excited because I look at things as toys. You have this Rode mic, Sennheiser. You know, even though I'm not, I'm trained in audio and sound, but at the same time, can you name me one person, radio DJ, radio DJ, whether it's English or Malay, whatever, radio DJ yang produce TV program.
Radio DJ yang produce TV program.
Yeah.
Siapa? Gemit Singh.
Gemit Singh DJ ke?
Tak lah, Gebising tak ada.
Tak tahu abang, tak tahu.
Tak ada ke?
Nobody. So I think I was the first one to radio DJ yang produce TV program, because it's two different. When you say producer radio dengan producer TV lain.
Berbeza lah ya.
Producer radio lebih jadi rainbow, semua you buat sendiri. Ni pasang-pasang mic ni semua kita buat sendiri. Kan, you pilih lagu, you tulis your own script. But bila you go TV, you have to perform like a team. So there's a producer who will think over the logistics and admin, and then there's a director who also take a look at how the thing will be and then direct the whole thing, and then you have the actor. So it's totally different discipline. So when I took the challenge, actually mula-mula cuba buat TV program tu saya buat sendiri. But separuh jalan meninggal dunia. Because it's impossible. So I had to learn skills of disseminating, learn the art of it. So I bought books lah, how to make a documentary, a film. So I self-study first. Dah self-study semua. Then I started to do this videos. Actually before buat TV, then I wanted to do and test out visual, because I'm not a visual person. I was audio person. So I present TV, tapi I never produce TV. So after that, what I did was, need test dulu before I go TV. So I test VCD. So my first VCD was Keramat Benisan 3.
Oh, tu kelakar gila.
Then I got Aaron Aziz, Sabra Jolie. So if you take a look that one is bukan saja VCD that I tested out. I also didn't do projection, but for the record purposes, in Singapore, it sold over 3 months, 75,000 copies.
Wow.
5,000 copies.
And that somehow broke the punya and started a trend. That's why for 10 years, there were influx of VCD. You probably have watched some of my VCDs, and some of the other people like Wujud, semua all came into. Sebelum tu was VCD di Tanah Melayu di Singapura ni, di Singapura Tanah Melayu VCD Melayu cuma jual 300-500 keping je. So when I suddenly get 75,000 just locally, 75,000 dekat Singapore, distribution dekat Malaysia ada, tapi lebih kurang dalam 50,000 cetak rompak.
Cetak rompak.
I was very happy because I open up the market. Why? Because the VCD tak perlu ada disiplin TV. TV I have to ask for approval. So this one is really pure raw my style. Then I buat tali angkat. Mana ada hang jebat, hang tua pakai lightsaber. So if you take a look at my tali angkat tu, that was my Star Wars fantasy.
Itu dah kira creative side nya.
That's my childhood dream. My 1976, my childhood dream. That's why when I bought this, so I hadirkan benda tu, wujudkan benda tu dalam my VCD. So my imagination became reality. YouTube lah, tengok lah. I didn't even ask them to take down.
So aku rasa we gonna take a short break dulu.
Break.
Kita akan sambung another episode, second
Apa ni?
episode.
Ni kerja malas lah. Sekejap break.
Bukan. So korang jangan gimana, kita take a break dulu. Tapi sementara tu kita akan berbual dengan kawan-kawan kita daripada Wan&Zal.
Betul.
Tentang hal-hal rumah ni semua. So jangan gimana. Podcast ini ditajakan khas oleh Agent Hartanah, Faizal Rahim dan Irwan Jumat, atau lebih dikenali sebagai Wan&Zal.
Korang boleh follow orang kat Instagram @Wan&Zal, atau boleh call atau WhatsApp di 9196 0066 9196 0066.
Jadi jangan tunggu lama-lama.
Saya nak beli 2 kondominium lah kejap lagi ni.
Boleh. Sekiranya kalau anda ada soalan ataupun apa, bolehlah hubungi ataupun WhatsApp Wan&Zal sekarang juga.
WhatsApp apa tu Club 55.
Apa?
I 2 more years to come.
Yes.
Okay, see you guys.